And obviously we didn't get the W on tonight, but that was a really fantastic performance coming back from the break. I was talking to someone earlier and said, compared to the losses that we saw in the first week or so, coming back to this, especially against London, who are by no means a slouch of a team, it may not have been the win, but it is a big performance turnaround. So what have been some of the things that you've focused on working on with the team to bring this sort of a performance out of them and help them get to where they can put up this kind of fight against a great team?
So this past week we've decided to focus more on playing to our players' strengths and making sure that kind of they're not feeling like they're forced into different roles and stuff like that. So we're just trying to make sure they're comfortable on stage playing what they like to play, and it's made them definitely feel more comfortable, I think, and they're obviously playing really well. Obviously unfortunate about today, but I think that we definitely improved a lot. So I think that moving forward, having this kind of system in mind, we'll play a lot better than we have been for the past few weeks.
Marsha, you have a personal connection to Texas generally. How does it feel to come home and hear this crowd cheer for your players?
Yeah, I've never actually been to an esports event in Texas, so this is pretty big compared to what I kind of expected. And we were actually in dugouts right behind the stage, and it was so crazy, loud. The fan support was amazing, and we couldn't even hear our players because of how loud the fans were. So it was really, I think, a cool experience, and we're looking forward to tomorrow as well.
Mandy Kennedy with the Game House. With losses back to back, there's obviously a mental aspect, which is a huge part of the game. As coaches and staff, what do you do for your players to kind of help with that?
I think that all of our players are really motivated to win, and I think that they care about each and every game. So obviously, losses are tough, but for us, it's never been a problem to help them move on and think about the next game and focus forward. So I think everybody's just really motivated to come back and prove that we're a really good team now. So it's not something that I worry about too much with this team. They all kind of have very strong mentals, and they're very motivated to win tomorrow.
Yeah, we have a lot of veterans, and they're really professional. Obviously, a hard loss is a hard loss. We had one last week that went long. That was a nail biter. Another rough one today, but that's okay. And obviously, we take a little bit to release, and then we just come back and we're ready to go.
Logan McKinnon, Watchpoint Lobby. With the upcoming hero bans, do you feel confident in this roster's ability to be able to adapt with whatever bans are coming up?
Yeah, I think we have players that excel at very different roles, and so no matter what is banned, I think we'll have a set of players that will be confident in every single meta that comes. So I think that personally, I'm not a huge fan of hero bans, but I think that we have a roster that's really capable and can deliver good performances in hero bands, and we'll always have DPS players, support players, tank players that are that have their strengths to emphasize at different points during the year. I think that's really important, and that means we can rest some players that have been playing consistently. That means that everybody can kind of get a chance in the spotlight, so to speak.
Yeah, I think we have flexible players and players that are really smart, so they're good at understanding if someone's playing a weird composition because of hero bans. They're really good at understanding how that other comp is going to work and what its win conditions are, and then what we need to do as a team to deal with that. I think we're one of the teams that we think will benefit heavily from the hero bans.
Joe Sloan, Checkpoint XP. So after a tough loss today, what's the message to the players going in and getting ready for Toronto tomorrow?
I just told them that basically I was happy with the adjustments that they made mid-match, and they played really well today, even though we didn't end up with the win. It was in the end little mistakes that cost us, and I think that when we tighten those up, we can definitely be a better team tomorrow, and we should definitely win against Toronto.
Yeah, I think we've shown we're really good. We just sometimes take a little while to get momentum in the series. So I think if we can come out the gate tomorrow, firing on all cylinders, starting on map 1, I think it'll be a really, really strong performance from us.
Great. Anyone else?
There's been a lot here of player substitutions between maps. Last week we saw it mostly between flex support. This week we see it a bit more with the DPS. Is this in any way to shift momentum? Is it map-based, or is it even due to preparation for hero pools?
Right now, it's mainly map-based. You won't be seeing really like the flex support substitutions anymore. That'll be more of like a week-to-week thing that you'll see with us. But in terms of DPS, we have DPS that excel at like different things, and I guess you'll notice that like Los are very they excel in like dive maps, whereas Linkser and Hydration, their like strengths are more in like the standard meta comps. And so that's kind of how we've been making the substitutions, and that's kind of what we're looking to do moving forward. Although obviously with hero pools, it's going to throw things for a loop, so we're not really sure. But we'll approach that when the time comes. But for now, that's kind of our plan with the roster source.
Just one more. Obviously, in between matches today, we found out that today has been declared Houston Outlaws Day. With it being the 29th, is there any concern that we won't get to celebrate it again until 2024?
Pretty funny.
We'll just have to celebrate at midnight on the 28th.
There we go.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thanks.